Hello, I am Bentham and welcome back to Production Line, where in the previous episode we made this nightmare. I think it'll be okay. I think we will get some cars out of it, so it should be fine. Let's start working on... well, we'll leave this for now. We'll work on the next step. So we got to the end of painting. Let's open all this stuff up again. So we just finished with the painting. Also some research is done, because there's always research being done. We made a load of progress here. The cool thing about it is that once this is done, we can just sell all the research stuff, which would be nice, and we won't have to pay any money to keep that running, if that's a thing. It probably is. Sunroof. Okay, so yeah, the last thing that we did was the dry finish. Also, we should probably get these connected up to the belts, because as we realized last episode, we've got to pay attention to where our belts are going to be built, because we might end up building stuff there that will then block other stuff, so on and so forth. Okay, let's do that. And then I guess we can just do that. I mean, there's no reason really to trade between the two. That should all work. And then this can run to here, and then to here, join up as soon as possible. And it has revealed a problem. We cannot run these through here because there's not enough room. Also, we finished with the sunroof, so we'll now research the panoramic sunroof. Yeah, I'm going to have to remove this, which is a shame because it was quite a good idea, I thought, that particular one. And that will mean that there's room for these to come through. That should be okay. We could rearrange the whole thing. So there's one here, one here, one here, and then one here, and one here, and one here. That it doesn't make it too much more awkward, whereas at the moment that one's going to be really sticking out. Actually, it doesn't have to, necessarily. We'll delete that, so it's the dry finish we need. There it is. That can just go there. I was about to say it leaves no room here, but these are going to be removed, so it's not too much of an issue. We could move it up. It doesn't need to be right there. It can be right over here. Just get it out of the way. It could be over here. That really gets it out of the way. It's not going to be blocking anything else. That might be good. Next research project. Convenience features. If we just plonk it like that and have the belt run round, I mean, the belt will end up being a little bit bulky, but keeps everything out of the way. Or have it there. Or there. I don't think it really makes a difference if we put it here, really. Again, with the research, it's too quick. Whenever we do something that takes 400, it's done in like 2 seconds. 600, it'll be done in 3 seconds instead. We could do this, or we could do this. I'm going to do that one. Actually, no, this one is more compact overall, I think. There's less weirdness with the belts. Okay, so let's connect the belts up as we go so we don't make the same mistake as last time. Run that into there and over to there. Run this down here. Join it up with this. Oh, these need to actually connect up. And this needs to run around here. It connects up to this. Oh, it's a nightmare, but it works. I think. Sat-nav. That should all now be going. Okay, so now these will connect up to here, and then it'll run across, join up to this and to this. This one will go this way. That'll join there. This will go down to here, join up with that, and also with that. Then these will go down here. That will connect to that. This will go down here. That will connect, and oh wait, that won't. Yeah, that will go down there. That will connect to that. This will connect around here. Actually, we don't know where this is going yet, so we'll hang back there. But that is all this probably working. Now we just need to connect these two things here to the conveyor network. I'm actually going to... let's see. Well, it's going to be connected to that anyway, just because of where it is. But I think I'm going to run this down. More science. Automatic windscreen wipers. We've got a line that was running up here. Let's continue this and just take it all the way up to this. Oh, there's a thing in the way. There's always a thing in the way. I'm going to cancel that entirely then. I'm just going to go from here. Oh, now there's a thing in the way there. Why do you always ruin everything? Okay, it runs up to here and then it splits off in that direction. That'll work. Stuff immediately being delivered in. Not going to run quite non-stop. Things haven't, like, probably aren't going at full speed yet. There we go. Everything's being painted and it's running through the system. They're all stopping in their output bits though because they've not found the next slot, of course. Automatic headlights. Right. So let's get back to fitting engines. Split it all up into all its constituent bits. That's all good. Steering assembly. There we go. We've split the engine stuff up into all the individual parts. So this will... we'll need 2 of them. We'll need 1 of that, 1 of that, 2 of that. Yeah, so run flywheel. So we'll build this like right back here, I think. Let's cram it in over here. This works. Let's fit flywheel, then another fit flywheel. I know I'm not leaving any room for stockpiles, and it's probably going to be my downfall. I imagine that stockpiles are absolutely needed in this, and I'm just ignoring them, and it's going to ruin me. But we've got to learn lessons the hard way, I guess. Next research. I've got to see everything falling down around my ears to really understand their importance. I mean, there's room in... I was going to say there's room in places, but there actually is no physical point within this mess that a stockpile could be placed. I could put one here. I could fill it with paint. With the paint stuff. I could just line this bit with them. It's... What monster have I created? Okay, so we've got fit flywheel. Starter motor. We can plonk that down there. No issues with that one. Next is valves. That can go right here. We're leaving no space here for the cars to be delivered back again. Right, so that was valves. Now we need to fit radiator. It needs 2 of these. So we'll plonk them here. And here. We have exactly the right amount of space, no more, no less. Power steering adjustment. There we go. So that's the 2 radiator ones. And then we need exhaust. This will be 2 as well. So I'm just going to keep these, like, right here. It doesn't need to intermingle. That will work. I was about to say, oh god, no, we need loads of those, but that's split up more into... Oh, really? Fit tires is 5.1 seconds. That's just cruel. Because now I'm really tempted to not bother building a second one, but it will slow down the entire factory, possibly. I mean, maybe nothing will ever quite get up to speed because of the nightmare of material requirements that this whole mess has, but it could make a difference. I guess we could leave room to change our minds with it. Also, speaking of room, we don't have enough to build everything here. We're gonna have to loop back and do half the stuff elsewhere. Powered tailgate. I keep losing track of where I am as well. Yeah, so wheels, that's all fine. We can just build one of these. Let's build it over here. Let's put it right up against this bit. We could do there. Does that compress it any more than it already is? I don't think it makes a difference, really. So let's fit wheels, then fit tires. Oh, it's the worst. And we'll put another one here. We can put it there. That makes it a little bit more compressed. I'll take that. That's tires, then brakes can go right here. And we are out of space. I'm just going to check something once the science is done. We're nearly there. We're on our last couple of things. Entertainment now. How's our money? Is it still okay? Profits not so great. I mean, we're continuing to build stuff, which is a significant part of it. Right. I always lose track of where I am immediately, so we just done fit brakes. Now we need to fit the steering column. Steering wheel is going to take 2. Right, steering column. Oh yeah, well, I was going to put the importer in. That was what I was going to do. I was going to build this here, and then check. Oh, it was entertainment, and then unlocked, and it says it there. It seems to... weirdness has gone on there. Not sure what that's about. In-car music. conveyor. We can... Yeah, we can run this around here without anything exploding. So I don't know why we couldn't do that in previous episode. It was probably something that has since been changed. Let's just run all these, seeing as we're set up with this. We'll get this to here, and then it's connected up to a bunch of stuff. Then we can get this to join up here. Along a little bit further there. Send this around here. This can... you can connect up to that one. These ones... Oh, awkward. Fit Electronics has been... Oh, it's part of Fit Electronics. That's what it was. Bluetooth phone support. Is there any more? I guess I'll just hold down on here so I can see. Nope, nothing else is required. Right, so we've done... last thing we did was fit the brakes. Following the brakes we have... Steering column, only one thing required for that. Let's put that... I don't like filling in all the gaps in case we need them, but whatever. Steering column done. Steering wheel, 2 of these are required. I was going to say build one here and then build one here, but there's a belt that's about to come round here and go in there because of weirdness. So got to watch out for that. Yeah, it's just going to have to be that and that. No better way. In fact, we can't even do that. We'll have to do it like that, which isn't too much of a problem. More research done, more scrolling. Voice recognition. Getting into the fancy stuff now. Right, so steering wheel is done. That's everything in the fit engine section. Now fit accessories. How much have we got here? Fit the lights, fit the horn, fit the seats. That's not too bad. They all require 2. They all require 2. I don't have room to do this. There is no space left. The space is gone, and this Fit Electronics will need... We'll need 3 quality check sections because it's gone with 10.2. And then we'll need 2 exports. Didn't even think of that. That's a bit awkward. Because there's only one there, and then the nearest one... There's one there, but nope. Nope, nope, nope. Not happening. We could siphon them into there. This isn't running all the time. That probably makes the most sense. Just run a belt down here and connect it up to this bit. I mean, I'm only tempted to do that now. I mean, what does this take? This is... Oh, it's like 27 seconds. That's 4 seconds, though. If the quality check, I could split it off and join it up with the rest of the factory, because the rest of the factory isn't doing anything half the time. Or maybe I should just deconstruct the entire old factory as soon as the new one is in place and operating. How's the money? I mean, that big spike suggests that things can be okay if we're not spending money on anything. I'm going to sell these. It'll slow down the science, which is nice. Right, where are we going to fit this stuff? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no space to put this in, even if, like... I'll have to remove this to get the room, I think. Oh dear. That'll leave us in a very dangerous spot where for a minute we're not making cars. Actually, well, this isn't a necessary bit, but we'll not be making enough cars anymore. We'll not be making as many. We might be okay. Right, I'm going to connect to what we've got so far to make sure that I'm fully aware of what space we have. So these outputs here, these have merged, so it's these 3. Run this into here. And then this has to split between the 2. Scroll. Oop, oh, come on, what was that for? Aluminium body, this is the last one at the bottom, and then we'll go to like all the manufacturing-y bits. This will have to split this way. And then this joins up here. That works. And then these can join up to here. Just the one thing here, isn't it? Yep. And that goes straight into there. This needs to split to here. Then just all goes into that one there, doesn't it? Yes, so this now needs to go down to here. What? Really? Why does it do that? That's terrible pathing or whatever. That goes into there, then it goes into there, splits off to that. That then loops back around to here. That goes in there, that goes in there. This joins up to here, and then... Oh, I've been a derp again. I thought I'd given myself enough space, but I guess I'm just dumb. Right, this has to move. Delete, delete. What even was that? That was after steering column, it was steering wheel. We could just turn it round, just have it like this. Get it going down in that direction. That probably makes sense. So, 2 of these. And then the belts. Like that. And then, Dad, not in the middle of me building stuff. Oh, we don't need to scroll down anymore because we've finally finished all the signs down here. We've got all the different extra little bits for stuff. Probably some efficiency stuff should be next. Power plant efficiency, because at the moment we're not quite keeping up with our power demands. Okay, we're not keeping up with our power demands at all. I've not been paying attention to that. That's gone crazy. This joins up to here. Then we go from there. There's not even enough room in here to have 2 things. 2 of each bit of stuff. I mean, if we're imaginative, I guess we could. So we're at steering wheel next on the list. We're just going to close these now. We've got lights. Like so, and no, that won't work. So I was thinking here, but there's just not enough space. Can't do it. I mean, we could do one of them and then have a second, but no, that's dumb. Okay, I think we'll just leave this. We'll not do anything else here because I'm not particularly seeing a way of making this work. We've upgraded our power plants. Turbocharged overhead conveyors, that sounds fun. Oh, we could do that. That'll work. Okay, so we can do fitting the lights. We can do it like so. Because these don't need to merge between each other because it's 2 to 2. Doop, doop. And then these will just join up here and we'll work it out from there. Next on the list is fit the horn. That will also require 2. So now we're just going to have to belt this stuff out of here. Down to here. And then we'll work it out from there. It needs to be able to come back to here and also go off in this direction. But I think this is going to have to go because there's just not enough room. Someone in the comments a couple of episodes back told me that they had built a car per 5 seconds factory in this area without buying anything else. I'm not sure. Maybe. I guess there's ways. I've probably not done it perfectly. I mean, there's very few empty spaces, so I guess I've done it in terms of space efficiency, but maybe that's not the thing I should be doing. Do that one. Alright. So we fitted the lights. Next is the horn. Here, and then, like, there. Oh, that's in the way. Let's right now put our export thing in. Because we've got to remember, maybe we should start working backwards from here at this point. And then just see where we end up. That might be better. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Stupid buttons. Should be an Are You Sure? Yes, this only has room for a car every 8 seconds. But once we rope this one in, it'll be fine. Money's dropping now. I think I'm going to pause at this stage because I think this is the point where we're now in a serious danger because why are we still losing money? The game is paused. What is this? What glitchery is this? That is not right. Now I'm tempted to keep things running. We might have our money longer, but yeah, I think at this point we're starting to lose money. I need to just build everything and have it ready before I unpause so that everything will work. So Phys Electronics, that can just connect straight up. That's absolutely fine. Oh wait, we forgot quality check. And for that we need... I was going to do 2 of those, and then we'll siphon some off over here and make that work. So quality check. We'll probably want to move our power stuff. Just get it completely out of the way, but I think it's not a problem at the moment. There's enough room for the belts to sneak through, just about. So 2 quality check things here. I think I've cheated a bit here, because usually you can't build the conveyors in the central bits running through them, but because I built it after, it seems to have worked. I'm not gonna question it, as long as it functions. Its electronics can go over here, maybe here. We'll make it here. I'm still working within these confines, which is not necessarily a good idea. Yeah, we'll build that. Then aircon is next. Can hook that straight up. Oh, really? That's just mean. Why would you do this? Okay, so there's aircon. Next is windscreen. We need 2 of those. There's no space. Well, seeing as we've paused the game and I don't plan to unpause until we're good, I'm just going to start selling all this. I probably shouldn't be selling the conveyor belts with cars on them. But whatever, we'll just remove this whole thing. These ones can all run into the system, so it'll stay running at full pelt for a while. Just get rid of all of this. All of that, and we're good. Okay, now we have space to work with, and we're also out of time. So next episode, we'll carry on running this back. We'll try and get it all working. We'll try and get it so that all these cars that just sat around being half-made can get made, and we can start getting some money again before we die, because we might just go bankrupt and ruin everything. It might help if we build some more power stuff. That might stave off the loss of money. How much are we spending on power at the moment? Let's have a look. Where's the pie chart? I remember that. Yeah, there it is. 24 hours. How much is going into power? Which one is power? Raw materials, capital investment, component purchase, rent, wages, power purchase. Oh, not that much, actually. That's not too bad, then. Wages are becoming quite a big chunk. As well as rent, but there's nothing we can do about rent. Is there anything we can do about wages, even? I wouldn't imagine so. Anyway, we will tackle this issue in the next episode, and hopefully we will finally get a working factory. And if we don't, we're probably doomed. So with that, I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.